Good afternoon, YouTube. I wanted to talk about sex before marriage or marriage and then sex. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is today is because a friend of mine, older guy, he was saying you shouldn't have sex before marriage because God won't bless it. He's very into God, and that's a good thing. That's good. But he was saying God won't bless the marriage if you do that, and you don't want to get emotionally attached to someone. It's harder to. Well, you don't want to get emotionally attached to someone before marriage. It's harder to leave the marriage. I bet it's hard to even leave a relationship after you had sex with that person. You are emotionally attached to this, you feel like you're emotionally attached to this person. It's harder to leave after you had sex with them and invested time and money and stuff like that with them. You overlook things or whatever, overlook the red flags. Well, I agreed with him to a certain extent. I said, yeah, well, I don't, I think that you should definitely wait a while you're dating before you have sex. And that way you get to know the person, you fill them out or whatever, and then I do think you should have sex. I want to know what I'm getting myself into. I want to know what am I getting myself into. Is the sex good or whatever. But I when you have, I do think that when you do have sex with somebody right off the bat, and that person you really like or in love with, whatever you think you're in love with, maybe limerence. But anyway, that's another video. When you have sex with somebody right off the bat, and when you're looking for something long term, you tend to ignore the red flags. They might do things that you normally you don't like, you don't agree with, you can't put up with, not for a lifetime with somebody, long term or whatever. You can't deal with it. They might have a family tradition to pee in the sink, in the kitchen sink. That might be and you sit up there and stay with that person thinking, no, I can deal with it. That ain't no problem. That ain't no big issue. Or I don't know, they just might be nasty or whatever, and you just tend to, well, I can just clean up after them, whatever. It ain't that, it's nasty. They may lie a little bit or whatever, and you're like, well, I can deal with a few lies. But whatever they do, they say that it goes 4 times worse once you marry them, you're in a relationship with them. So I do think you should hold off on having sex for a little while and get to know that person. Yeah. Once y'all have gotten to know each other, then I think you should do it. I will. I'm not gonna marry you unless I have had sex with you. I need to know everything, and you should know everything. You may not like it. I don't know. It may not. Maybe some. I don't know. Anything, but I want to know your opinions on that. So if you all will kindly comment down below what you think about that, sex before marriage or marriage and then sex.